In the heart of New York City, there was a cozy little bakery owned by Miss Martha Meacham. She was a plain-looking woman, middle-aged, 45 years old, who spent her days kneading dough and baking the most delicious loaves of bread in the entire city. Across the street from the bakery was a park, a place where couples would stroll hand in hand, lost in their own romantic world. Miss Martha, though she herself never experienced such romance, often found herself daydreaming about the love stories of those couples. One fine morning, as the aroma of freshly baked bread filled the air, a young man named Mr. Martin, age 25, walked into the bakery. He had a friendly smile and a kind demeanor. He often bought loaves of bread from Miss Martha and engaged in little conversations with her. "Good morning, Miss Meacham," Mr. Martin said with a nod.
"Good morning, Mr. Martin,"
she replied, her eyes crinkling with a smile. As he purchased his usual loaf of bread, he hesitated and then spoke. "You know, Miss Meacham, I have a rather unusual request today. I want something special, something you might call witch's loaves," he said.
"Witch's loaves?"
Miss Martha asked.
"I'm not quite sure what you mean."
He chuckled softly. "Well, you see, these loaves should be thin, almost like wafers. Crisp and delicate. They remind me of my childhood, of stories of witches and magic." Miss Martha, always eager to please her customers, nodded.
"I think I understand. I'll do my best to make them just the way you describe."
Days turned into weeks, and Mr. Martin's visits to the bakery became more frequent. She wondered about his life, his interests, and whether he might be single. One day, her friend Mary, who worked in the bakery with her, noticed Miss Martha's preoccupation.
"You seem to be lost in thought these days, Martha. Is there something on your mind?"
Miss Martha blushed.
"Oh, it's nothing, Mary. Just daydreaming, that's all."
Mary smirked.
"Is it about Mr. Martin, by any chance?"
Miss Martha's cheeks turned even redder.
"Well, he's an interesting man, that's all."
Mary chuckled knowingly.
"Remember, appearances can be deceiving."
One afternoon, as Mr. Martin came into the bakery, Miss Martha decided to take a chance.
"Mr. Martin, if you don't mind me asking, are you married?"
He raised an eyebrow, surprised by the question. "Married? No, Miss Meacham. I'm a bachelor, living in a small apartment nearby." The news set Miss Martha's heart aflutter. She found herself daydreaming of romantic walks in the park with Mr. Martin, just like the couple she often watched from her bakery window. Mr. Martin recognized the chance to exploit her emotions for his own gain. He knew that Martha had fallen for him, and he decided to weave a cunning plan. One afternoon, as the bell above the bakery door tinkled, Mr. Martin approached Martha with a solemn expression. "Miss Meacham, I must confide in you. I find myself in dire financial straits. I'm in urgent need of $50,000 to overcome my troubles, but I promise to return the money next week." Without hesitation, she took out her savings and handed him the money, her eyes filled with concern and care. He accepted the money, his plan unfolding perfectly. As Martha confessed her feelings for him, he reciprocated, weaving a web of lies to keep her close. Weeks passed, and Mr. Martin didn't return to the bakery as promised. Martha's heart ached with anticipation, but he never showed up. Finally, unable to bear the uncertainty any longer, Martha confided in her friend Mary, sharing the heartache that had befallen her.
"Mary, have you seen Mr. Martin?"
Martha's voice trembled. Mary looked somber.
"I'm afraid I have bad news, Martha. Mr. Martin has left the city. It turns out he's not just deceiving you, but many other girls as well. He took a staggering $200,000 and vanished. The police are now investigating and searching for him."
Martha's world shattered. The love and trust she had invested in Mr. Martin had been nothing more than an elaborate scam. Her emotions were manipulated, her heart broken, and her savings stolen. She realized that appearances could indeed be deceiving, and the pain of betrayal cut deeper than she could have ever imagined.